Okay. Okay. Careful with the chairs because they're a bit slippery. I've stepped on them and their legs have opened up.
Oh, right.
Especially on this floor, they just sort of split open.
How are you? What would you like to drink?
Orange juice?
An orange juice.
Orange juice? Orange juice. If you want something warm, I'll just
Oh, don't worry about that. Because you'd phoned to say deleted, I went for a coffee because I didn't want to go all the way back to the office and come back to the train.
I wasn't sure if you were getting it.
They phoned me on my mobile, so I got the next train.
It's lovely day, isn't it? Not so bad.
Yeah. No, I've never been here before. Linda sent me to go to Burnham Station rather than
It's much closer.
Yeah, I didn't know how long it was. It was only about half an hour on the train.
You had only half an hour?
35 minutes on the train.
And where did you get Paddington? And what train did you get?
I got the one at 11:45.
Oh, can I disturb you?
Oh, okay.
No. Apple juice
Orange
with
juice.
banana and apple juice is in the fridge. Outside the fridge, there's orange juice. There's no orange juice in the fridge.
It doesn't matter, whatever.
I've got orange juice, but room temperature.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Paddington, but what train? It's not normal underground, isn't it?
No, it's an overground train. A train going to Twyford. Every train every half hour.
Every half an hour from Paddington?
From Paddington, and it takes 35 minutes. So it was
It's
really
not
quick.
good, right?
No, I think it's probably quicker than it would be to drive.
It's definitely traffic on the motorway from here to London. Absolutely amazing. Charles sometimes stays in traffic for 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Well, I don't really, if I don't have to go to London.
I did this. You can use this little baby walker.
Okay.
It's your Donna, can you? Sorry, we're still not finished. We're in the process of.
Must be nice to have more room than you had to watch in your mom. But your mom's glad as well. So
Wow.
have her house to, well, of course she missed the children, but
She does miss a lot of because she feels so small.
Oh come on! It was like sardines in a can. But you try not to complain because you think, well, this is what it is. You know, let love be the key, and but it's so difficult.
But now she listens. She phones almost every day. I put the phone on loudspeaker and she can talk to her and they can't really respond to her yet and they talk on the phone.
I'm sorry if you're thinking to disappear. It's just the children, especially Chandra, has been jumping up and down. And this was meant to be an antique, and it was in very good condition, but not anymore. Well, no, it's not that bad, but.
He absolutely loves to jump on it. The previous ones we had, he wasn't so excited to jump on them.
must be nice.
This bounce like a trampoline. Right.
So,
Yeah. So. Yeah, you'll probably see lots of mess in the garden, and we're halfway. It's just obviously we haven't got the money in the world, so slowly we're trying to.
It takes a while to build a home.
Yeah.
like, it's much more.
Do you want something to drink? Coca-Cola.
Oh, you had a garden the other day.
Yeah, but this one is much bigger. This one is much bigger than the one. So if you look from the window, it looks quite big.
Well,
But if you actually went outside, it wasn't much big. No, for Islington, it was quite a big garden. Like central London.
Big flat with a garden.
This was quite a big size for Islington, but it was, if you went out, you couldn't really do anything there because it was too small. This one is bigger, the children can run around there.
Are they sleeping?
Yeah, they do. I just put them for a long sleeping. So very tired.
When do you think they'll wake up? What time is it? 12 o'clock?
They should sleep for an hour and a half now.
I thought they'll wake up. They'll probably hear somebody else talking.
And they will wake up.
But did you change the colour of your hair?
Oh, I was just trying to cover the grey up, but it's gone a bit purpley, but
It wasn't that noticeable. You had brown hair, didn't you?
I do have brown hair, yeah, but when you get past 40, the grey, as you know, starts coming in. So. You'll find this out, Joanna, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You don't believe it'll happen to you.
My mum, she never dyed her hair in her life once. All her life. And when she was 45, 43, 40 something. Still at 40. The grey side people said. She hated it and she told my sister to find something.
How is your mum?
It's okay, she's fine.
Are they hoping to come over to visit you?
Yeah, we're planning for Christmas to invite them because the children, I do want to go, we do want to go, but it will be very difficult. Plus, we still lost them here, and I think it's better if they come back for Christmas and before Christmas if they want to do Christmas and forward after. Stop them, but out of question. Going away, he just started to walk not too long ago.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him long, but I mean, he's just a little baby. Is he different from Cheyenne Junior in the?
They're very similar. Goldman's got bigger head and more
He was
rounded.
darker, didn't he? I remember as a baby,
He
like
was
his hair and eyebrows and things like that.
The hair got nicer.
Right.
The hair
Well, I've
no.
not seen it before I go.
The hair color is exactly the same. Almost exactly the same as Cheyenne Junior. The eyes are much darker.
Oh,
The
right.
darker eyes.
I
Brown.
mean, when said the 1 year and 2 year checks were fine, she was saying, did you have a new health visitor for with the records on to them?
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't remember.
Right. Yeah, I found that. There's no point in her having the files there.
She told me. Yeah, the health visitor actually is coming tomorrow for the first home visit.
Right.
Right. I've got a letter from her so I can give you the details.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean, I don't bother speaking to her. It just when I'm just send her on the record.
Yes, she told me that. What's that? And Grover is bigger. He's taller than Sharon in the world transport. If you see them when they're walking together now, because Grover is now, he's absolutely all over.
How long? 13 months.
Yes.
Is that right?
The length of a 1-year-old should be much bigger with them. And they both have, and Grover is like, he's up to 20 years old. And he should be like.
And did they get on well together? They got jealous.
Obviously, they were the same toys, but usually trying to make us because he's smaller. But like they're very similar, especially on photographs. When you look at photographs of them, trying to 1-year-old.
Yeah.
If I didn't know which one, I would be confused.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Obviously, clothes. I remember who took the photograph. I know who it was. But someone who doesn't know them would be very confused with how it is. Although, honestly, not 6% only. But people do get confused.
Yeah.
If I show this photograph to them. They're absolutely amazingly smiling.
And is that you finished? You don't want a little girl now?
No, I do. I want a girl. I definitely want a girl.
You can't guarantee it. You said that was 6 boys.
Well, that can be very my father is absolutely amazed by having these children because the last child was born in my family. He is now 17 years old. No, right now. This year he's 17. And going to know what the next one in line. There's 17 years.
Not girls,
Oh, but yeah. But no, it's the first child. The guy was born. And most of the children who were born before, they were girls. Then my friend was like, what is going to happen?
My friend, she's one of 3 girls. She has 2 sisters, and she has 2 boys. Her sisters both have 2 boys. So her father was surprised. He had 3 girls, and then he's got 6 grandsons.
My father was like, he thought if me and my sister will have girls, he was so like, oh my God.
Because he's never seen them, has he?
Your
father
just but he's never actually seen them face to face. But they will come winter, before after Christmas.
When the boys are older, they'll probably enjoy seeing the farm, won't they? The animals.
Although I remember how I enjoyed that a lot. And I really joked to my father that they thought he was not interested. They would prefer
Gypsy boys.
Dave?
How many cars have you got, Sharon?
One.
Just one. They're not all yours parked in front.
No. How many do we have, babe? How many would be considered ours? How many would be altogether?
So one is ours, but the rest is like, I can't wait until they...
But hold on a second. Which cars are we talking about anyway?
The front.
Well, how many cars did you see?
We could buy 6.
No.
For the van and stuff.
There's a van. There's an old van. It's been very helpful. The Saab is our car. The Volvo used to be ours, but somebody between family and relatives, different people used it, and it was in Islington only a few weeks ago, and they smashed it. So what they said, the insurance has been dealing with it. It's got stuff written on there from the insurance as well, and they said basically it's going to go to storage for a while until the insurance is sorted out. So we offer it. We've got some space. Bring it there if you want. It's much better that way. And so there's that one there. And there's the Mercedes that belongs to my cousin. Hopefully he's gonna, you know, he can't use it right now. So. Oh, if I can help and I can do something, I'm quick to say, look, this is what I can do.
And you know, once they met the kind of words, I couldn't sleep with the car.
That
was my fault. that was my fault. I miscalculated.
I went to the shop in the morning and I was like standing in front of the car thinking, how am I going to be with the truck?
Be careful what you tell Donna, because that could be like a inconsideration to children can't get into there.
No.
I'm joking.
In the end, I just picked up Gregor. He walked past me to the car because I was his dog very quickly. Especially in the morning because he could walk outside.
Yeah, they have to walk.
Yeah, well, sorry, I don't know what you were talking about, right? How about what happened with this judgment? You know, it's no point social services or the family division trying to belittle how important
Well, you
it
need to
is.
contact the court. As far as I know, there was no judgment.
They told us to get in touch with the local authority.
Well, even if it's just
Yeah, that's what they said.
I mean, there's mostly not a judgment. There's no judgment asking. I did get the supervision order. Did you get that eventually?
You know, what was the supervision order based on?
even if there is one sentence in the judgment, even if
No,
it's
you're
just
sure.
if I didn't turn up, I did the supervision order to social services. This
He
must
said
be
he accepted my statement, and Desmond wanted a year, and we were saying.
No, I know all that. I know all
And he
that.
said he accepted my statement, and the reasoning about it is 6 months.
No, I know. There's different stuff, but you see, what will happen at the end of it is eventually.
Well, we're finished now, aren't we?
No, I know it's finished now.
That's
I know, but what will happen? This is totally going to go against, even more so, against social services and the family division, the more they try to cover up like this, the worse it's going to look. Because there's no judgment.
Well,
There's a court order. Well,
your previous case was the judgment is unusual. But usually, in my experience at final hearing, it's fairly unusual for there to be a written judgment produced. The judge gives his reasons, he can sort of jot down on their own notepads what he's saying, but a transcript judgment, like you had before, I've only seen it in a few cases, it's not usual.
Well, all I can say is that it definitely cannot look good for the family division in such cases. On internet and television, there's no way. It cannot.
Well, that's
because,
their thing.
Removing children and having legal cases and not even having a judgment for what happened as to why you came to supervision order, very strange. I mean, the Children Act doesn't even accommodate for a judge to do that without a judgment.
He gave his reasons that it wasn't written down, is what I'm saying.
So there was a judgment, but it's
Well,
not in fact.
he judged, if you like. He made
But
a
it
decision.
must be on the front.
But if he didn't judge, he can't make a supervision order.
He did. Well, I don't know what we mean by that. Well,
I know
mean
everybody's trying to avoid this case anyway. Everybody knows it. Because it's bad. It's bad.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, in my experience, and I always, I supervise 6 social workers, and they always have 1 or 2 cases each in court. So I'm in court on law, and it's not usual that there's a judgment.
Well, I'm not saying
But
that.
a written judgment.
I'm not saying that the social services. No, I understand you, Donna. I understand. But I'm not saying the social services and the family division don't do this all the time. That's part of the problem. They're too used to it.
Possibly.
It's illegal. It's wrong. It's unfair.
There's not a written judgment in most criminal cases either, is there?
Well, this is.
I mean, people are there and they take notes of what
This
they're saying.
is different.
That's different.
Well, there is. But this is a different thing, isn't it? This is not. There's not even anything proved against somebody as a crime in a family division.
No.
It just depends. You've got the local authority saying to the court, "This is the position." How easy is that judge going to say no?
Not quite. Well, a lot of cases. We don't win every case. I think we try and be careful what we're taking to court. I personally always think we have to really reflect because it's such a big thing.
But that's the problem. They don't. You see, judgment of the social workers these days is. I'm not talking about people like yourself necessarily. I don't know, but there are many new social workers over the last 5-6 years. Just like Claire Shorts did say a few years ago, undedicated, unprofessional, their minds are not with that job. It's with the, profession, I want a job, I want to get my money, I work for a
You wouldn't go to social work if you wanted money.
Do you know what my sociology teacher used to say when I used to do sociology? He used to say, if you're not going to be an entrepreneur or a pilot or a doctor, consider strongly becoming a social worker. Because social workers have the power to make or destroy your family if you come to their attention. And you are in England, and one of the best jobs to have is a social worker because that is your family safe. This was Mr. Gordon, I've told you about him. And he used to say it every week, time after time.
Well, he must
consider that.
Looking back now in this situation, it's can be quite eerie, looking back at what that teacher used to say.
Well, it's over
years ago.
now, isn't it?
Well, it's not, is it? Where's everything in time? Because this case now that you
Yeah,
were
but
involved
that
in
in the
came from that.
custody case, isn't it? You know what I mean? That those children.
Custody case?
Well, in that you and your partner split up, and that those children have gone with one or the other of you. They weren't adopted outside the family. They weren't placed with extended family. Even if social services hadn't been involved.
No, but effectively, that's social services. They didn't really care which way.
Yeah, but
you see.
But what I mean is,
That was suited them.
if the two of you had split up and there was no social services
We've
involved,
never been together for ages. There was no split up.
but what I mean is, the
the thing
children
is-
would have gone with one parent. Even in cases where parents split up and there's no social services involvement, there can be quite bitter custody
Yeah, but this,
issues.
I know those cases, but this case was never like that. other people involved. They needed to win this case for a number of different reasons.
I mean, that may, I don't know, I was
terrible.
involved and I don't know what the case is, but all I'm pointing out to you is that when
This case
you
came because
split
of
up
that
with
case.
somebody and you have children, there's always a degree of business because the children will be with one
But
parent
this wasn't the case. This wasn't the case. If it was a custody battle, then there would be no this case.
But some custody battles get very bitter, don't they, between the two
They could do,
parents?
but it doesn't mean social services anymore.
No, that's right. But what I mean is there still can be that the father feels that he's not
Yeah,
seeing his
of
child
course that
anymore.
happens. But in this case, this was a, what do you call it? This wasn't a private case to start with. It never usually starts this way and ends that way.
So the
It's the
outcome
other way around.
is what it could have been, isn't it? That the children would either in the queue with the mother, and one of the other would, if you and Joanna, God forbid, ever split up in the future, and Joanna wanted to take children back to school, or you wanted to, you know.
But I wouldn't respond that way because Joanna is a very good mother. Therefore, I would be hesitant to turn around and say, hold on a minute. Plus, Joanna didn't disappear for 80%, 70%, 90% of the time, and the children recognize me as their parent. They're equally with Joanna as much as me. In fact, this situation, I'll say clearly, they're more with Joanna, and this is on the record and off the record. It's the truth. So I wouldn't want to disrupt the child, especially my own children, from the main parent.
I'm not saying you
See, but the other thing is, not at all. But I mean, do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I
Please, those children knew me as the parent. She was hardly there. What they did,
and that was
they
what
were
the
doing those children. You know what? What do you do now?
Yeah.
Who cares? I do.
Do you have indirect contact with them?
But the court ordered to send letters.
She's
not done that, right? No, I didn't know.
But she's been in touch with, you know, Nancy, don't you, the foster carer that works for your department in Huddersfield Court. But she's even in touch with those people, imagine that.
Right.
But she never once said.
Right.
This was the people, obviously, that's so hard, everybody's trying to cover up because obviously the guy's ex-wife is a social worker, was she a foster carer? So, but look, all that is bygones now. It's finished with. The point is, this case would never have happened if that was a custody battle. Social services wanted to represent it that way. I'm sure you know all this because it suited their strategy style, what they wanted to do.
I don't think things are as planned as you think. There's such a turnover of staff, and but
It's not the staff that plan it necessarily. It's not the staff at all. It may start off sometimes with the staff. You know how it happens. It gets to the next stage. It goes out of your offices, outside your building, elsewhere, and the people there, if they change or not, those decisions remain the same.
I mean, I've been doing this 18, 19 years. I've never in my life had anybody there say, "Look, this family will work." You know, look, it's plenty of work to do. We're always looking for work. You know what I mean? We're not sitting plan. You're reacting to referrals that are coming in from hospitals or police or teachers or whatever like that. We're not sitting thinking, what family can we go for next, or let's try and make a case against this family we don't like. And it's nothing.
I see what you say. You know, the words that you say, the way that you say, it sounds right.
I can only describe my experience of Christian experience.
I understand that. What you're saying and the way you're saying it seems all correct and genuine. The problem is, when I click back in memory to the day when Shanjuna was born, which this case had, the previous case had nothing to do with Joanna or Shanjuna, and if you, with that view you have personal and professional and your whole integrity and experience, you came, instead of Sharon Stevens and co, what really in practice, would you have made that decision yourself? No, I don't think so. Or would you have gone and still done it because of orders from somewhere?
Well, there's no orders.
It would be your personal decision.
I mean, I said, and I said that in court, as you know, that
No,
I thought
I know.
wasn't just
But that day I'm wondering, what would have happened?
But that
Got Sharon Stevens.
If the judges do intake work, we do long-term work, and when we instigate care proceedings, we've usually got more of a knowledge of the fact. Intake and assessment, you take all the referrals that come in and they do the initial assessments, and if things need longer-term work, they can pass up to us. And sometimes a case will be passed to us, it's, for example, a child in the child protection registry.
No, we know
And
that.
we're
We
working
know
with the
that.
family for maybe 6 months. This isn't working, we're going to have to go into court. So I think we usually have more of a knowledge
But
of background.
have you worked in the department?
I have done it.
Like Sharon Stevens and her
Yeah,
it's more
yeah.
basic.
Well, you're under more pressure there because you're trying to juggle a decision of,
Whose decision is it? Or is it different levels from government to the social worker? Or is it just the social services department dealing with that?
it's just the
Things that
social
came in.
services department,
Just
that thing
on
coming in, but their management structure.
Right.
And they're, or we discussed.
You know, everyone is very strong.
What
Sure,
triggered off for
very
you, Joanna, was that there hadn't been antenatal care. That if a woman arrives at hospital in labour and there's no antenatal notes, they always contact social services. The child isn't usually removed, don't they?
But
We
you
always
give a
do an
chance to
investigation.
see who and
We
where.
always do an investigation, but that was what would have flagged it up in the first place. That would have come up. There was no antenatal, and the reason for that is because it's got a known connection with poor.
But can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Quite often drug addicts don't have antenatal or alcoholic, you know.
But I mean, you know the difference between not just drug addicts, but you know the run-of-the-mill Islington hardcore or non-hardcore that are involved with the drugs and with the criminal activities, be it theft or be it drug selling. You couldn't get further away people from them. I'm not saying with all people don't do those things.
All I'm saying is it will always trigger that there's an investigation. It may be that we can't
But it's good. That's good.
I was always saying from the beginning that I did not want social services to come and talk to me and say,
There's nothing wrong with that.
there is no law for antenatal in a hospital. Shahab had a previous relationship that finished like this.
That wasn't known about it until later, as far as I can recall. It was only because your name was different. It wasn't.
No, but
picked up,
if
and
you
that
had it, they knew. No, this is
What came?
she came with stuff and the
And she knew
policeman.
her. That social worker who came
Chris
with
recognized you.
It's not just Chris, there's the policeman as well. The stuff that
they
they
knew
said
from the beginning.
about, your previous case and.
The police detectives, the wording.
What I'm saying
To
is,
address the commitments, they said.
I always said I didn't want social services to come and talk to me.
But not
and
to
say,
remove Sharon Jr., that was the thing.
I do
Would
understand
be,
that.
that has been more damaging. The child, as soon as he came back to us, let me tell you, Donna, he has suffered a lot by the removal. I mean, can we remember when we were a day old or 6 months old or a year old? We were really close to our mother, and obviously before the birth we have to be close to the mother because we're inside the mother. How good feeling and communication does the father have, not just with the mother, but with the father? How does it feel? And if he felt the separation, it could be that 400 meters away he can smell his mother. Anyway, as soon as Sharon Jr. came back, I mean, we saw so many things. For example, you look at Australia at 1 year old, and you look at Sharon Jr. at 1 year old when he came back to us. Australia will get a cuddly dog, a white, very, very smooth, very cuddly little toy that barks in a cute way.
He walks and he barks.
He will chase it, grab it, he will play with
He
it,
will put
smudge
his
it,
finger
take the
in
batteries
his
out.
mouth with the difference he bites him because when the dog makes a noise, he barks and the mouth moves. And he will put his finger inside for the dog to bite him.
But obviously it's very gentle, it's particularly rather than hurtful. But it's not really for it. No, I think you've seen it.
It's a Westie dog.
Anyway, it doesn't have to be, whatever, it's not harmful. You can say. Anyway, so he will turn it upside down, he will take it in his stride. Junior at 1 year old, because it was initially for him then, when he saw it, he thought, oh, and he was looking. As soon as the dog moved, he ran for the shadows. I mean, he was petrified. He still is today. Less so. He says, give it to Goi, Australia. It's the only name Goi. I'll give it to Australia. I'll give it to Goi. So once the smaller child,
give it to Goi.
once he handles it and spins it around, catches it on his head, throws it around, then he also tries it. When he used to go to sleep, you guys used to ask us, you know, what's his sleep like?
Hello. Hi. Can I phone you back? Right. Hold on a minute. I just take this call. Yeah. Sorry, I'm in somebody's house. Yeah. Yeah. What is it?
Can you open the door?
Yeah. You know, okay.
Not taking the comments. Right, you were about to say. Why? But do you want to check on the children, see how they are until Donna comes back? Also, can you take some things for you? I'll put this one off actually, but yeah. Donna,
Yes,
can you secure the door?
Yes, sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's good.
Open it up.
No, it doesn't open, but
They can,
it's
or
best
push
to.
down before it's open it and then
Oh, he does. If he just misses his back, it just goes outside.
Donna, if you want something hot to drink, I've got this. This is the only.
I'm fine. I mean, I'll be going here short. I'm here because, Adi had said at the time that you wanted a sort of final meeting.
Yeah, he also said it's a good idea if we make sure that you don't miss anything along the way by putting something in writing as to whatever you want to put in writing. What this is, the end, this, that.
Well,
whatever it is that
we'll
you
be closing the case off this week. Just when I get time to do the technicalities.
We're not in a hurry.
No, but I mean,
that's another week one.
and that's the end of it, as far as we're concerned.
The t-shirts are the same apart from the
Yes,
stripes
right.
are. That's all of them, eh? What's going on here? Yeah, so if it's, would it be possible to have that it's coming to an end and it's coming to an end because of, even if it's basic, this. So
Yeah.
it
Well,
makes sense.
I'll figure a letter and send it to you. And what it will say is that we're confirming that the supervision order has now lapsed and we don't intend to return to court to extend it as there's been no consent during the period.
Alright.
And case letters, access to files. We've got, I think, most of it. But the recent ones remember Ada gave us some access to files last time.
On the videotape as well.
And
he did say that we can sit anytime even after the supervision order is ended, not to worry. And I said, well, what if somebody turns around and says, well, actually, no, you can't, because no, he said, not at all. So there's still, I don't remember what files there is, I need to check papers, but I know there's a videotape outstanding. And you can speak to idea, he did say that.
Yeah, but we don't have the other one that you said.
The other one is with camera, so this is...
Hold on a minute, hold on, I'm getting confused. Where are the tapes?
The videotape that you said that you hadn't seen was the one of Mr. Mayor visiting the flat, is that right?
No, there was one more. The one that you do have.
No, one of the ones you do have.
One,
the one that you don't have, I don't know if you have it or not have it, but she was refusing to allow that one to be seen, where me and her was having a nice chit chat. I was serving her at the table, they were eating all together, Shanjina was eating, she was telling me that, you know, she doesn't understand, you know, how this and how this can happen. She was contradicting the whole thing. So I would you want that cassette to come out. But
this one is...
that's a separate issue. That's a separate issue, that one. We'll see if we can convince her over the passing years to see if she... I'm sure she wouldn't destroy it. She'd still keep it for her nightmares if anything comes up.
Well, you need to take that out.
No, you've got one of them. One of them
there's one that you still... I thought you'd seen it.
No, one of the ones you still have. And I just said you can see it last time we saw him. And also what will happen to all the cassettes that we need to establish what will happen to this cassette. And they are copies. They're not the originals, as they said.
Right, I thought they were the originals. I would assume we were going to return them to them, but
Well, I mean, we need to establish this as to what we're going to do, how long you're going to hold on to them, if we need to make some applications to basically...
we never looked at them.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
We need to
There's a thing for
establish...
you to look at. I've never even, you know, well, we didn't, that was why we couldn't remember it. Sometimes you had to do a video in the office. I've never looked at them.
Right, so I mean, what do we do with the cassette?
Presumably you will not keep the cassette for years and years.
No, you can't. No. We can't keep the cassette at all. This is because we've all given consent with the court's knowledge for them to...
None of us are getting consent to keep them, so I was assuming we would return them to Dr.
Well, no, they can't, because this is where we've got a problem. The judge pulled a fast one day when he said he spoke to a colleague judge, and he said that blah, 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 and he twisted around the issue. But before then, for 3 cases, he was saying, oh, that's not, it's the property of not the filmmaker, but of the persons in the film, because this is not a Hollywood film. It's about children. It's about children. So, you can't... We as the parents don't give consent to give the tape to anybody else. So, if we can know the time scale, we are happy to hold on to them, to see if we can manage to get some paperwork out from someone, if we can.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing in the state downstairs, you can see, you know, I'm not bothered about that.
There's no hurry, is there?
No,
Keep them out, throw them out or something. No. All right, well, hopefully, over the next passing month, if we can, because we'll contact the psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever, and somebody else as well, and see what we can all, if it's possible to arrange to, if...
And the access to files.
Because by them not giving us those tapes, it's not really going to help them in the future as well.
So will it